Lots of things all around us, exciting things that surround us.
But how does it work?
Do you know?
How is it made?
Do you know? Things that go up, things that go down, things that go pop, things that go round, with special cameras to show you inside. It's going to be a big surprise.
But how does it work?
Do you know?
How is it made?
Do you know? Do you know?
Let's find out!
Hello, I'm Maddie, and today I've come for a lovely walk in the park. Do you like walking in the park? It's fun, isn't it? So far, the weather today has been really nice, but I think it might rain later. I've bought something with me to keep me dry just in case it rains. Do you know what it is? That's right, it's an umbrella. But do you know how umbrellas are made? Let's find out. How is it made?
Umbrella.
This is an umbrella workshop, and they've been making umbrellas here for over 100 years. You can get lots of different types of umbrellas. There are patterned umbrellas, frilly umbrellas, see-through umbrellas, and even yellow umbrellas, like this one. But how do umbrellas keep you dry? Let's use this watering can to see what happens when the water hits the umbrella. You ready? Okay. Wow! Did you see the water droplets running off the umbrella? It all happened really quickly, didn't it? So I've got my special slow motion camera with me so we can see it happening in more detail. Slow motion means that we can film something that's happening really fast, but when we watch it back, it appears much slower. Ready to record. Let's see what happens. Let's pour the water on. Oh, look at that! The material has a waterproof coating, so instead of the water soaking through, it runs off. It's a bit like the water droplets are dancing. It's really clever, isn't it? But how do all the parts of the umbrella come together? Let's find out. This bit here is the part that you hold, and it's called the handle. And then this long wooden stick is called the shaft. And then can you see these long spindly bits? Those are called the ribs. I think they look a little bit like spiders' legs. When you open the umbrella, the ribs stretch out, and that's what gives the umbrella its shape. This is Lee, and it's Lee's job to put all the parts of the umbrella together. First, Lee cuts some holes into the shaft using a cutting machine. Then cuts and twists 2 pieces of metal wire into the same shape. They look a bit like little hooks, don't they? But they're not hooks. They're the springs, and they help the umbrella to open and close. The springs are then fitted into the holes that Lee made. This part is called the runner, and it will move up the umbrella to open it and down the umbrella to close it. But listen to this. Can you hear that clicking sound? That means the runner has fixed onto the spring. But I think it sounds a little bit like a light being switched on and off. Next, Lee fixes the ribs onto the runner using some bendy wire. Look, the ribs are all loose. That's no good, is it? That's because Lee's not quite finished. Now he's attaching the ribs to another ring, and that's called the notch. Now the ribs are attached to the runner and the notch. So let's see what happens when we open it this time. There we go. That's better, isn't it? But this umbrella isn't going to keep us dry, so what do you think it needs? It needs a canopy.
The canopy sits on top of the umbrella, but what colour should we choose?
How about blue? Yellow? I think we should make a bright red umbrella.
The red material is cut into shapes using a sharp knife.
Do you know what shape this is? It has 1, 2, 3 sides. That's right, it's a triangle.
Our canopy needs 8 of these, fixed together on a sewing machine.
The 8 triangle pieces have been sewn together to make the canopy.
But it's not finished yet. It needs some tiny tips.
Now Jan's sewing the canopy to the frame. Oh, we are so nearly there. Look, the tips are being attached to the ribs.
Last of all, Lee fits a shiny cap onto the umbrella shaft.
Brilliant. A finished umbrella. Ready for me to use on a rainy day. I loved seeing how umbrellas were made. What was your favourite bit?
Do you remember the part that looked a bit like wobbly spider's legs? That's right, it was the ribs. Did you hear the sound the spring made when the runner locked into place? It was a clicking sound. And did you see the water bouncing off the canopy when we used my special slow motion camera?
So the next time you're outside in the rain and you see someone using an umbrella to keep dry, you'll know how it was made. Umbrellas keep rainwater from getting us wet, but we use water for lots of different things.
We drink it to stay healthy. We can learn to swim in it. And we use it for washing and cleaning.
But something that's really fun to clean is a car. And this one's a bit dirty, so I'm going to take it for a wash. Have you ever been to a car wash? They make cars clean and shiny, but do you know how a car wash works? Let's find out.
How does it work?
Car wash.
A car wash is like a giant robot. It's an automated machine, and that means it's controlled by a computer. How amazing is that?
The computer controls a big frame that moves along tracks to clean the whole car.
Before we take this dirty car for a clean, I think we need a closer look.
The computer in the car wash can tell where the car is by using special sensors called photocells. They're a bit like the car wash's eyes. The sensor sends an invisible beam of light called infrared from one side of the car wash to the other. When a car drives into the right position, it breaks the beam. The sensor sends a message to the computer and the red light tells the driver to stop. The computer switches on the washer and moves it down the tracks until it reaches the place where the car broke the beam. The jet sprays out soap and water. The brushes have different sensors inside too. They tell the computer when the brushes are pushing against the car. A drying machine moves over the car in exactly the same way as the brushes because the computer has memorised the shape of the car. When the car is dry, the computer changes the red stop light to a green light, and the clean car is ready to be driven away.
It's really clever, isn't it? I'm just setting up these special waterproof cameras so that we can see the car wash working. Okay, the sensor must know I'm in the right place because the light has turned red. Whoa, look at that! Here comes the soap.
Look on my special cameras. You can see the soap pouring down. It looks a bit like a curtain.
Oh, here comes the water.
Can you see on my special cameras how the water is being sprayed? It's through little jets.
Wow! It's a bit like the shower you have at home, but this is spraying the water at a really high pressure, which means it's a lot more powerful. Listen to the sound! That is the sound of the water. That's really exciting! Ooh, now it's time for the brushes. The giant brushes are coming down, and then the sensor will tell them where the car is so it knows where to stop. Here we go again! Woohoo! The brushes are made from a soft foam so that the paint on the car doesn't get scratched when it's being washed. Here we go again! That is such a brilliant sound! It's like being in a thunderstorm. There's one more thing we have to do before cleaning the car is finished. What do you have to do after you've had a bath or a shower? That's right, you have to get dry. This is like being under a giant hairdryer. These fans blow air through nozzles to push the water off the car to make sure it's dry. And that's it. The car is clean and shiny. That was brilliant. I loved seeing how a car wash works. Did you? What was your favourite bit?
Can you remember what material the car wash's brushes are made out of? That's right, the brushes are made out of soft foam. Did you hear the sound the brushes made when we were inside the car? And did you see the way the soap poured onto the car?
So the next time you see a car wash or go through one yourself, you'll know how it works. And if you see someone using an umbrella to keep them dry, you'll know how it was made. And that feels like rain. See you next time.
There are lots of